name is Angie Anaya, and I teach advanced fashion merchandising and advanced interior design and an intro class about interior design and fashion. This is a district-wide fashion show. To me, it's highly important since I teach this class, but it is the biggest project that my students work on during the year for my fashion students. To me, why it's so important though is that it's not just my students that are doing this. They also collaborate with people in the community. So with like different stores, so everything from like Target and Old Navy and Maurice's, and then they also create different outfits for the fashion show. But the other part that they do is they collaborate and partner with other different classes as well, sorry. But the classes that they collaborate with is like JROTC provides our security for the event. We work with Sierra High's culinary class, and they provide the hors d'oeuvres and drinks and stuff for our VIP event that we have before the show starts. We also have some of the clothing that's being shown from some of the different high schools that have sewing classes, and then we have like photo that's coming in from Manteca High and students that are going to be doing that. And then we also have video production from Mr. Burns's class that's going to be filming the show. But the major part too is that we have models from all 5 high schools in the fashion show. So as far as Weston Ranch and Lathrop, East Union, Sierra, and then of course Manteca. So it is not a Manteca High fashion show. We have it here at Manteca High, but it is a district-wide fashion show. So I think it's really important because it's like a really cool way for like everyone to come together and be part of one production.
Can you give us the nuts and bolts of the fashion show?
Oh my gosh, there's so much that goes into it. So my students do everything from choosing their models to having like casting calls at all the sites. They also choose the outfits and style them, and they choose hair and makeup for the models. And they work with Paul Mitchell to do the hair and makeup as well. So Paul Mitchell's coming in and their students are doing all the hair and makeup. They choose the music, they create the flyers, they create the tickets. They do everything. And so there's the nuts and bolts. There's lots of nuts and bolts, I guess. And yeah, and it's a long process. And so it definitely is something that they've been working on for several months. And yeah, it's coming up this Saturday, May 4th. We're excited just to see all that hard work that the students have been putting into it, to see it come to fruition and have the models walk down that runway.
Personally, how do you think it's gonna go?
I think it's gonna turn out incredible. I have all the faith in my students and the work that they've been putting into it. That doesn't mean that it's gonna be flawless, because I don't think there's ever been a show that my students have put on in over 14 years of this that has been like 100% perfection with no flaws. There's always something that's gonna go wrong. There's always gonna be challenges leading up to it, the day of the show, during the show. But that's part of the beauty, is that my students will be able to have to figure out very quickly like how to fix those issues and problems and how to deal with it professionally and still have the audience see an incredible show.
How much have you had your students practice?
Practice, oh my gosh, I have to look at the board over here. We've had a model workshop that was in March. We had a first rehearsal in March. We've had 3 other rehearsals in the month of April. So our last rehearsal is this Friday coming up, and then of course the show is on Saturday. So lots of practicing with the models and trying to figure out the exact lineup and who looks best with who and what choreography and if the music is right, but lots of practicing.
I participated because I wanted to get out there, get out of my box and have a good time.
How do you think it'll go?
I think it'll go lovely.
How much work did you put in?
Not tons of work, but it's more fun than work, like getting to meet the people and just having a good time and learning how to walk the runway.
How many practices did you have?
I went to 2.
introduce you, model Dayton Gerhard.